That's right, my friends. Good morning. This is Higher Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Higher Done Radio Network. What a great Saturday. A little chilly this morning, but hey, I'm all about the chill. So we have a really good show planned for everyone today. Wanted to let you know that I'm a little on edge this morning, but my friend Jade Sakwa, Mr. Jeff Shecky, he talked me off the ledge because I was about to go postal on a few people. But, you know, look, sometimes you got to, when you respect other people, you figure out the right thing to do. So that's what me. Anyways, I want to shout out to everyone who's listening this morning. Thanks for tuning in. We have a really good show lined up. I got all kinds of product and information to talk about with you. How to humidify your home without a humidifier. Little tips and tricks, because, you know, it gets dry this time of year. What are some of the common items that fail a home inspection? You know, you're buying a house, you get a home inspection, and all of a sudden things, you know, have a problem. That's crazy, right? So you got to be careful with that. I've got your winter readiness checklist. We're going to talk about that. You get your house ready for the winter. Got a lot there. Keeping your pets safe in the cold weather. I got that one too. And how much should a kitchen remodeling cost? We'll do that when we have our segment on what's it really cost. But right now it's time for Salt Sale Saturdays. I want to take a quick moment to talk about Salt Sale Saturdays at Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in Brighton and now open in Waterford. Every Saturday, you get DuraCube regular at an unbelievably low $5.99 for a 40-pound bag. DuraCube Red Out for $6.99 a bag, and potassium chloride for $19.99 a bag. Plus, if you want to buy their great water, you get a 5-gallon bottle for $2.99. That's pretty inexpensive. That glass of water you're drinking is millions of years old. At Beauchamp Water, reverse osmosis system, make sure it's pure water. I have a reverse osmosis on my kitchen sink and for my ice maker that I had them do. And let me tell you something. I don't buy bottled water anymore. I just use my ice and my water, and I love it. I have one of those bottles that you fill up, you know, that are like metal. Keeps it cold all the time. I love that. Anyways, it's really good. So wanted you to know, and that's where we're at. And by the way, it's Shout Out Saturday, which means if you have a question or you're listening and you're a contractor or a homeowner, text us 248-539-9797 and let us know who you are, what company you're with, and we'll give you a shout out. 248-539-9797. Always a good Saturday morning to have that. And I appreciate you all tuning in. So it's let's go to what's it really cost? So what do you think a kitchen remodel costs today? You know, the number one and number two requests and projects that are out there in home improvement are kitchens and baths. And a lot of people say to me, "Hey, Adam, what do I do? I want to maybe do a kitchen, but I don't know the cost. I don't want to waste the contractor's time. But what's it really cost? How much should a kitchen remodel cost? Okay, is it possible to have an idea how much your kitchen remodel will cost before paying for design? That's a big, big question. And you know what? I work with contractors all the time. Matt Hatz recently and I were talking about a kitchen. He owns MCCS. I have Tom Inger Renovation by Design. He owns kitchens and bath company. He's really good. But here's the thing. Unfortunately, kitchen remodeling budgets are like the chicken or the egg question. Which one comes first? You know, and I tell people, listen, you want to remodel, start doing the research. And the people are like, well, Adam, can I afford it? What if I can't afford it? Well, then you got to look at financing options. That's where Rocket Mortgage comes in. But what does a kitchen remodel cost, right? So when you remodel a kitchen or you're planning on remodeling a kitchen, specifications matter. And that's a big deal. And what are the specifications in a kitchen? That's the important thing you need to know. So you got to define the parameters. Is your kitchen old, large, quite small? Where do you live? Are you the little Ferndale bungalow? Huntington Woods? Are you Birmingham? Clawson? Centerline? Clarkston? Grand Blanc? Right? Just ask Matt. He's with us today. But here's the thing. How about a 12 by 12 kitchen? It's 144 square feet. It's about an average kitchen. And most kitchens we remodel are between 100 and 250 square feet. So we're right in the middle. But here's the thing. What's the level of finishes? And then the layout. Are you taking out structural walls? Crazy stuff like that. So what does it cost to remodel a kitchen? That's the question, my friends. What does it really cost? Well, I'm going to tell you by breaking it down, okay? Well, here's the thing. You also have to figure out if the kitchen that you're going to use is going to be even doable. So let's break this down. And when you talk to a kitchen renovation contractor, you should be the same page as the contractor when discussing price. Now, there's a big question. And the big first hump you get over on with a contractor is you got to be honest with him. So here's what I'm going to recommend. I'm going to recommend you tell him your budget right from the get-go. But we're going to break down a kitchen on when we come back. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
One of the most dreaded terms in home improvement, particularly roofing, is ice damming. Ice dams strike seemingly without warning, attacking homes in cold weather climates with dangerous and costly consequences. The thing is, ice dams are highly misunderstood and largely preventable. So I want to talk to you about what ice dams are, how to stop them from forming on your home, and what you can do if you've already had them on your roof. Ice dams occur when the snow on your roof melts as a result of the heat escaping your house. When the melted snow reaches the edge of your roof, it then refreezes and creates what we call an ice dam. This ridge of ice prevents the water behind it from running off your roof, but the water touching the hotter portion of the roof remains above freezing. This creates a vicious cycle of melting, refreezing, and thawing. As the ice dam gets bigger, more and more water is trapped underneath and will eventually begin to run up your roof. Shingles are designed to shed water downhill, so when the water flows upwards, it easily penetrates a roof system. Like the great Glenn Hagee said, water always wins. That's why we have a Grand Canyon. Water behind an ice dam will seep through the gaps between the shingles and the plywood on your roof, leaking into your home and damaging everything from the walls, ceilings, insulation, you name it. Paint can peel, floors can warp, ceilings can sag, light fixtures can fill, and wet insulation can lose its R value. The ice dams themselves can bend and tear off gutters and loosen shingles if they become heavy enough. The damage in just one season can add up quickly and cost homeowners thousands in repairs. In order to stop ice damming, first we need to go a little deeper in how they're formed. Ice dams have long been a potential hazard in building, but they weren't always the prominent problem they are today. The reason why is that older homes, anything built before the 90s, weren't that well insulated in the first place. Builders just didn't have the technology or the understanding to do so. As a result, Any warm air that escaped the living areas of the house would normally just escape outside before it could cause any problems. From the 90s onward, building technology has taken some leaps and bounds forward. One of the big advancements in home energy efficiency was spray foam insulation. You might have seen companies post these really cool pictures on Facebook where the entire frame of a new house is sprayed full of insulation and foam. To be clear, I'm a big believer that spray foam, when installed properly, is a great insulation system, especially for new constructions where you can easily access the walls and ceilings of a home. The thing is, when built...
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We're talking about what's it really cost when you're doing a kitchen. And the question becomes, do you call a contractor to find out pricing? Do you figure out a budget in your head first? Do you design it, then figure out the price? Chicken or the egg, right? That's the problem. What do you really do? Well, if you were going to ask me, which I hope you do one day, I always say call the contractor. Because a good contractor is going to spend the time on the phone with you initially. And you just have to be honest. Do you hear me? Keyword honest. And what I mean by that is when you call the contractor, say, Mr. Contractor, I'm thinking about doing a kitchen. I have no idea what it's going to cost me. Can you help me figure out costs? And a contractor over the phone should be able to give you some guidance and some beneficial advice that'll help you create your roadmap for successful kitchen. But let's break down the pricing just so we're on the same page. And this is just on an average kitchen. It goes up and down based on what your needs are, but I wanted to give it to you anyways. So the average price breakdown on a kitchen is, let's just say you hire a contractor to do your kitchen, right? So the first thing you're going to do is get them to design it. Now, are there contractors that design kitchens for free? I mean, I don't want to deal with a guy who does it for free. You get what you pay for, right? But there's a cost to that. So what is the cost to designing a basic kitchen layout? Now, we're not talking full blueprints. We're talking designs. There's programs out there called 2020 that have kitchen layouts that are really, really good. And they're not hard to use, but it takes training and it takes, experience to do that. So designing a kitchen should cost a homeowner about $2,000. Goes up and goes down depending on the contractor, depending on the size. But figure about $2,000 for design. How much are permits for a kitchen? Depending on the city, permits are $200 to $400. Sometimes $600-800 if you're in Birmingham, right? But let's just use $200. Then you got to protect the environment, dust control. If you say dust control to a contractor and he looks at you like, what's that? Don't use them, okay? Anytime you're doing a renovation project and the renovation project is more than one trade, you need to make sure that there's dust control. And that costs a few $100s, but it's worth the investment. And this is why sometimes some contractors' pricing is different than others. Then you got your demolition of the kitchen. Demolition's a couple $grand. Plumbing. You got a sink. You got a refrigerator, ice maker, I'm sure, right? You got the dishwasher. You got plumbing going to all those appliances. And it depends if you're replacing it or, running new lines. But plumbing's $3-4 grand. How about electrical? A new kitchen, you need a separate circuit for each appliance. There's a lot here. 248-539-9797. If you have a home improvement question that Google can't answer, you can text me this morning. I'll have the answer for you. Or just give us a shout out that you're listening. Love to. It's all we call it shout out Saturdays. But right now we're talking about kitchen remodeling breakdown. So you got electricals $3-4 grand. Heating. Yeah, you got to heat your kitchen. There's already heat vents there, but if you may relocate it, whatever, it's about $1,100. Drywall your kitchen, because what? You're going right to the studs. That's another $2,500. Trim work, $2,800. Flooring, cabinets, appliances, hardware, countertops, paint. It doesn't stop. You're at $40,000 before you even take a break. What do you do now, friends? Well, what you do is you figure out how to afford it. And that's why they say get 3-4 bids. A cabinet is not a cabinet. Let's just talk about the most popular cabinet design right now. It's a white shaker cabinet. Okay? Everyone makes a white shaker. You can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, and get a white shaker cabinet. You can go to Curtis Kitchens. and get a white shaker. You can go to Asa and get a white shaker cabinet. And each place you go, you're going to have a different price. The door itself is going to look the same. So what does that mean? If you could check your ego when doing a kitchen, what it means is your plates and your pots and pans don't care whether they're inside a cabinet that's MDF, medium density fiberboard, or matchbook plywood, or special species of maple. You see what I'm saying? The only thing you need to worry about, my friends, is the door style itself, and that's it. Now, after you get a good door style, then you look for the hinges, self-closing drawer glides, things like that. And that's where I would say you do that. But you don't need anything extra special. I've been doing kitchens for over 30 years. Literally, I understand high end, I understand low end, and I understand that at the end of the day, if you have a beautiful door and the cabinet is installed properly, I don't care if the cabinet's a ½ inch on the widths, on the box, instead of 3/4. Your plates don't care. Nobody cares unless you're the engineer. Nobody cares unless you're the egomaniac who says, I got to have that 3/4 inch plywood, matchbook sides, glued, screwed, dado, dovetailed, blah, blah, blah. Well, 30 years ago, maybe you should care about it, but today don't. With automotive finish techniques and rapid prototyping and taking manufacturing to a level that makes your cabinets look good, you don't have to worry about all those expensive things. The contractor who put your cabinets in are going to do a good job. Now, there are white shaker doors that are different quality. Of course, there always has been. So I just say go with a door that looks good, and then you get a beautiful piece of hardware. Spend a little bit of money on hardware. Russell Hardware in Birmingham, great place. Harold Wholesale, great place to get hardware. Shout out to Matt Hall. Shout out to Kenyatta King Williams. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can answer, I'm here to answer you. We're talking about the kitchen remodel, what it usually costs. So are there any additional costs to remodeling a kitchen? How about project management, the company's overhead and profit? These costs vary by company, but on average, professional project management is about 15 to 20% of the project's cost. Think about that. Most companies make 8 and 10% net profit on a job. Okay? The cost of running a business, also known as overhead, is about 15 to 20%. So think about that, my friends. $100,000 job, the contractor nets out $8,000 to $10,000. That's it. Everything else is for material, labor, insurance, overhead, electricity, gas. It's called burden, my friends. Don't think the contractor's getting rich off you. And by the way, on a $100,000 renovation project, what's your next step? What is the next step? Is the next step to get 3 bids, 5 bids, 10 bids? Oy, I'm getting nervous thinking about all those bids. No. You find a good guy and you negotiate. You say to him, I love you. I love your company. I don't love your price. Can we do better? Let's make it work. Sheesh. There are plenty of contractors who will say, okay, Mrs. Jones, tell me your budget. I'm $40,000 for the kitchen. What were you thinking? 20? Okay, well, for 20, we got a problem, Houston. That's right. That's what it really costs. That's what it really costs. All right, coming up next, winter readiness. Is your house ready for the winter? I'm going to let you know when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Higher at Dawn Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
The Beauchamp family's been in the water treatment business since 1976. Well, we moved on to well water, and my mom experienced well water for the first time, and her hair was discoloring, the toilets and fixtures were discoloring, and my dad went around and shopped many different type of water softeners and forced him to really learn about water and how to properly treat it. And before we knew it, our family entered into the water business because my dad was so fascinated with everything that went along with it. For us growing up, it was going to school, learning our schoolwork, and then going home and learning our water treatment home schoolwork.
Most of our problems that we run into are a lot of iron issues from well water, calcium buildup, odor in the water, smelly water. Arsenic's been a big thing for us. Most of our work has mainly been on well water, but we're definitely branching into city water because of that market there's a lot more people that are more knowledgeable. There's a lot more public knowledge to that. You hear it on the radio, you hear it in the newspaper. Obviously Flint struck, kind of brought that up, but it is an issue. It's an issue that is becoming more aware of, to the communities, and certainly there's treatment for that. Now with the city water and people with their health and stuff, they're trying to, get their water as clean as they can.
Welcome back. This is Higher Done. My name's Adam Helfman, live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. In case you didn't know, I have a podcast called Contractor Therapy. It's really funny. It's me unleashed, basically. You should go to radio.com and check it out. Excuse me. Shout out to Raymond Klein for listening. Michelle Reed, my girl. What's up, Michelle? Hope you're feeling better. Are you running marathons yet? I want to know. Anyways, it's nice to be liked, right? It's nice to be appreciated, but it doesn't help when people attack you. It kind of hurts, but you know what? I'm thick-skinned, literally. So, bottom line is, got to get your house ready for the winter, right? So doing a little quick check inside your home can help avoid a water disaster, because we all want to avoid frozen pipes. A friend of mine who who recently rented a place in Florida said to me, "Hey, Adam, in the wintertime, should I leave the water running in a few of my faucets so it doesn't freeze?" I thought it was a good idea. But I said to him, it depends. Inside your place, no. Outside walls, if you have a faucet on the outside wall, like over a kitchen or something, there's a chance you might have a problem. So that's why you need to make sure that you're protected. So what are we doing with winter on its way? Now's the time to take action, right? Prepare for the frozen weather. As temperatures drop, and by the way, they're dropping. It was really chilly this morning. And all the leaves are already on the ground. We need to make sure you keep your house warm and ready and keep it dry in the next couple of months. And by the way, we've been home. We've all been trapped at home. We're like, I want to get out of here. But heading into this winter, it's not going to be easy. So what do you got to do? Let's just get a little to-do list going right now. Let's check them off our list for today, okay? First thing I want to tell you is check your gutters one more time before winter. In fact, I got to call Adam Taggett from Exterior Experts to clean my gutters. Adam, if you're listening, that's right, my friend. I need you to get over here. I hire it done. I don't clean my own gutters. Do you know people fall off ladders? A lot of people do that. I'm not making fun of them because it's dangerous. But here you got to check your gutters. How about water problems in your basement are really as a result of, and this is from my friends at Finished Basements Plus, Dry Basements Plus. You've heard of them. They're doing basement waterproofing. And, of course, EverDry waterproofing is another one of ours. Did you know that basement water problems really come from clogged gutter downspouts? So why not unclog them? Make sure, because sometimes downspouts go down the side of the house and go in under the ground. You're like, where do they go? You got to be careful. 248-539-9797. You got a home improvement question Google can't answer? You want to say hi? You can watch us on Facebook Live this morning as well. We're live in the studio. It's always fun to be a voyeur. So what else are you going to do besides checking your gutters one more time to keep things from going on? Well, how do you prevent frozen pipes if you're going to be going out of town or doing things like that? Well, I got some little bit of advice here, right? Insulation. Check your insulation, right? In your attic, make sure you have adequate amount in the insulation in the attic. Now, what do you have, 6 inches, 10 inches, 12 inches? You can always go for another 12 inches. But it's got to be installed properly. If you don't have the insulation installed properly, you're screwed. So that's a key provision there. Now, what about pipes? If you have pipes coming up in the back of a cabinet, let's say kitchen faucet, is that kitchen on an outside wall? Do you have a bathroom in an overhang? How about a plumbing over a garage? Do you have a bathroom over a garage? A lot of people have that. Those are frozen pipe nightmares. So if you're going to go out of town, leave the cabinet doors open. Here's what I'm telling you. Let the warm air draft through the bottom of the cabinet, especially if you have an outside wall with plumbing. That's a big deal. That will prevent frozen pipes. Okay? Do you want to leave the water running? If you do, what you need to do is leave it running just one faucet in the house. The farthest one from the meter, if you can do that. Leave it running about a pencil thick water drip. Now, clearly you're going to spend money on your water bill, but that's not enough to go like, oh my God, thousands of dollars. It's enough to stop. Remember, moving water doesn't freeze. You understand what I'm saying, my friends? Moving water doesn't freeze. So if the water's moving, you're not going to have frozen pipes to burst. That's why I'm helping you out. 248-539-9797. Shout out Saturday. You have a question Google can answer, I'm here for you. We're talking about getting your home winter ready, preventing frozen pipes, getting insulation. What about trees? Do you got trees rubbing up against your house? Oh my God, you have no idea. Listen, a tree with some branches just touching the edge of your roof. Think about this for a second. All day long, it's like a little nail file, back and forth, back and forth. All right, all right, all right, all right. Every time the wind kicks up, a little bit more. Every time the wind dies down, a little bit more. All right, all right, all right. These leaves and branches rubbing against your roof, rubbing against your soffit, your fascia, is basically wearing around your house. Who wants that? I don't. Neither do you. Now, what about your yard? Trim your trees, pay attention to your yard, look for shingles that are curled up. What about if you have a high-efficiency furnace? Are you the type of person that has one of those? A high-efficiency furnace, pipes go out the side of your house. Those white pipes that come out, check and see if there's insulation around the pipes or if there's gaps. Because if there's gaps, besides getting rodents, guess what you'll get? Yeah, you'll get all kinds of heat loss. So it's important that you figure that out, okay? So what's on your home improvement list? Do you have pets? Are you worried about pets in the snow? I want to talk to you about keeping your pets clean in the snow. Right? You know, I have a cat. His name's Dexter. Dexter's a pretty good cat. And he runs outside in the wintertime, but he's out there shortly. And I used to think, oh, they got a fur coat. They can spend all night out there. Well, I ain't leaving my cat outside all night. And you shouldn't leave Rover or Fido out all night. However, dogs love to run around in the snow. They love it. But how long is too long? Depends on how cold it is. But you know what? Listen, according to some veterinarians, your friends get chilly, right? But here's what I would rather you do. I'd rather you protect the paws. Protect your paws of your dog or your cat. Get a little booties. Pet Supplies Plus, they have those little dog mittens. So let's talk about keeping your pet safe during the winter. It's pretty simple, right? Know your pet's susceptibility to the cold. You just need to limit their time outside. Yeah, they let them run around in the snow for 10 minutes. Let them poop. Let them do what they got to do on a window. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on a tree. But you got to keep them safe, right? What about ice melters? Here's where the ice melters burn their paws. First of all, you got to buy pet safe ice melters. Potassium chloride is the one. Or magnesium chloride and potassium chloride are the two that are pet safe. But you can go to any Ace Hardware and get it's called Pet Safe. We don't want, because you get it between their fingers, it starts to burn. We don't want that. You want to keep the dog safe. Check their paws. Make sure you know when it's necessary, right? Yeah. So even I would put booties on my cat. His booties are Gucci. That's why I have to work so hard. I got to afford the expensive booties for my cat. So you got sidewalks. You're going to take your dog for a walk. Everyone loves to take the dog for a walk in the wintertime. They make dog blankets now. They make all that's fun. It's always fun. But booties? It's a great idea. My heating and cooling guys put booties on when they come in your house. Why not put booties on your dog or cat? Meow. But how about an older dog or a working dog? You got like a dog on the farm running around? You got to keep them warm. Be nice. Older dogs, you got to take a little bit of extra time for, okay? So I just want to make sure you understand that. Make sure your indoor cats stay indoors. My cat is both indoor outdoor. He brings me gifts, drops them at the front door all the time, which is fine. Now, if you're going to go on a long walk with your dog, prepare him for it, right? You got to be prepared. The dog's got fur. We understand. But you don't have a fur coat. You got to dress him warm. Did you know how dogs sweat? From their paws. I didn't know that. I just learned that. So if ice balls have formed between their paws, don't get any stones caught in between them. Just ask my buddy Matt from the bank. He knows everything. All right, friends, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to talk about one of the most popular home improvement projects around your house, since we all sit at home staring at things to do. My name's Adam Healthman, and you're listening to the #1 home improvement radio show, Hire It Done. We'll be right back.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this do-it-yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. Today we're going to learn how to locate your hose bib that goes to the outside and how to turn it off for the winter. So the first thing you want to do to locate your hose bib shutoff is to go outside and identify where your hose bib is. Then come into your basement or your crawl space and go to the same location from the inside of your house to where it is. Usually there's plumbing supply lines to that area, and that's where you'll find the shutoff valve. So now that we've identified the shutoff valve for the outside hose bib, what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise. And when you turn it clockwise, that'll turn the valve completely off. So the reason why you want to turn the water off to your spigot is because in the wintertime, the water will freeze on the outside of the wall, and if it does, the plumbing will crack and the water will be coming back into your crawl space or your basement. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't like it, or if you think you know a better way to tackle a project, then please leave a comment for me below. And if you want more great home improvement content like this, go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done, and I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Having a good Saturday morning. A little chilly this morning. What's on your home improvement list? You got anything going on around your house today? Do you need anything done? You need a good contractor? Want a room addition? A gazebo? Maybe an outdoor patio by the pool? What else do you want? You want to finish a house? I want to finish a house. I need help. Keep both hands on the wheel, Matt. Anyways, did you know 25,000 fires a year are related to dryer vents? Yeah. Thousands of dryer fires every year are caused by lint. They can be easily prevented. I know. I'm here to give you a little preventative tips on how to prevent a fire on your house from your lint. By the way, lint has lots of uses, okay? But let's talk about getting the lint out first, all right? So, millions of dollars is damage in a fire, clearly in a house. And if you want it from lint damage, you got to be careful, right? Fire can spread ignite inside the lint vent pipe and spread around your house. Most people have lint that are just blowing into nothing. You got to be careful. Now, obviously, duct cleaning companies clean the vent, will do dryer vent cleaning. But if you don't have a guy to come out, you need to be precautionate. You got to precaution. You got to be prepared. Excuse me. Precaution. What's wrong with me? I've got marbles in my mouth this morning. Garble, garble, garble. Anyways, so let me just give you a quick common sense tips, okay? First of all, empty the lint trap after every time you dry stuff in the washer. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Get one of those gallon Ziploc bags and stuff the lint in a Ziploc bag and save it. So here's the thing. Every week, if you're a mom with 2 daughters, you're doing laundry a couple times a week, your family, you get a lot of laundry. You get a lot of lint. Put the lint in a gallon bag. Save it. Every week, stuff it in the bag. You can fit months of lint in a Ziploc bag. Why am I telling you to do that? Because, the lint is kind of schmutzy, gross stuff. However, it makes a great fire starter. And that's like when the world stops and we need to burn stuff in our house to stay heated, lint makes a good kindling. So remember to save lint. It's a prepper. It's one of my prepper tools. Yeah, there's a whole side of me that's a prepper, in case anyone wants to know. There's Adam Helfman, the hired done guy, and then there's Adam Helfman, the prepper, secret ninja wannabe. And we can talk about that another day. I've got multiple personalities. In fact, I think there's like 21 of me. But today we're going to keep the home improvement guy. We're going to keep the prepper guy and maybe a little food guy. Meow. So the best precautions are to empty that. Vacuum behind your dryer regularly. Keep flammables away from the dryer. Annually clean the lint from inside the cabinet and the ductwork. That's a tough one. Now, they do make these vacuum attachments that you scrape in there and you suck everything out. That'll work, okay? And you can take your dryer apart and you can fix it. But you can also just call the dryer lint company. We have a guy, Santa Clean. It's like $150. He'll come out there, and it's once every couple of years all you need. And let me just tell you something. Boom. Once you clean the dryer, not only does it work more efficiently, when you're blocking the flow of heat or airflow in a dryer, that it reduces the efficiency of drying your clothes. So it's important that you keep it dry. You keep it clean. Right, Houston? I know. It's okay. 248-539-9797. You got a question this morning. We got Shout Out Saturday. If you're a contractor tuning in, we'll give you a shout out. We always do. So last week I had a real estate agent on, Sarah Sells. Got really good response, by the way. She was really, really good. Like literally really good. And her and I were talking about the real estate business. Being an agent, is there a shortage of houses? And there is. If you're selling a house, man, you get top dollar. Top dollar. Do not holler for the top dollar. But we'll see what happens. Because there's a lot of reasons why deals get broken. And one of them is from home inspectors. Now, I like home inspectors that are... There's 2 kinds of home inspectors. Let me just say that. There's 2 kinds of home inspectors. One, the deal maker. That's my kind of guy. And the other guy is the deal breaker, who I don't like. And let's talk about the difference. And then I'm going to tell you why you need a home inspection. Here's common problems found in home inspections, but let me tell you about the 2 different home inspector guys. I had a conversation with Sarah Sells, and I just also talked to another real estate agent. Her name is Joe Haberman. And Joe, she's a real estate agent as well. She works at Max Brook. Everyone's heard of Max Brook. I know Kathy Brook. But here's what I was told. There's 2 types of home inspectors, the deal makers and the deal breakers. So what's the difference? Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. A deal breaker is a guy who comes into your house and you're a homeowner looking to buy a house and you like it, you make an offer contingent upon an inspection, the regular blah, blah, blah stuff, right? So the guy comes in and he starts inspecting and he says, oh, I'm in your crawl space or I'm in the basement and I see signs of moisture that could be mold. Not that it's wet, not that it is mold, not that there's anything wrong there. Signs of moisture that could be mold. Now, what does that do when the inspector says that? That's the deal killer statements. The use of the language makes all the difference. So now how's the deal maker guy say that same statement? It's real simple. He'll look at it and say, I'm in your basement and it shows signs of water or moisture, but it's old from a long time ago. Doesn't look fresh. No need to worry. And then he'll say, if you're concerned, do an air quality test or do a surface test and test for mold. That's all. And 99% chance you're not going to find anything. Literally. The guy who flushes the toilet, he says, oh, this is a Kohler toilet. It flushes fine. However, these toilets are known to have flapper valve problems that are 20 years old, might need to replace. Who says that? The deal-breaking home inspector. That's who says it. So let's go through some common problems found in home inspections, right? Remember, a home inspection is good for homeowners and home buyers and sellers. It's a fresh set of eyes as someone from the industry who can say, hey, this house is great, or hey, pass. But what do you need to know about home inspection? A home inspection examines parts of systems of the home, right? Heating, cooling, electrical, plumbing, roofing, insulation, foundation. And they're often requested by the buyers interested in the property. But there are homeowners who are selling who do a pre-inspection. Now, that's the smart homeowner. I wonder what Sarah Sells says about home inspection, pre-sale inspections. Inspections help homeowners recognize potential problems, right? But it can't predict future events such as roof leaks. Shout out to Brickworks Property Restoration. I know those guys out of Clinton Township. Love it. I'm glad you're listening. Thanks, guys. So when you get a home inspection, you need to make sure that he's going to look at the home systems. Right? Now, what are the common problems that kill a home sale? Exterior grading that causes water to pool up? Yeah, it's a big one. Drainage is important. Faulty electrical wiring and outdated systems. Good morning, Adam. I would also suggest if you're buying a house to have the sewer line checked. I bought a house within 3 days. It backed up into the basement. Oy, Rob, that's terrible. Right. Sewer line's a tough one because you just don't know. But yeah, let the water run. In fact, that's another thing. You should let the water run in the house for a few minutes, 15 minutes maybe. How about faulty electrical, outdated electrical? That's always a big problem in houses. Roofing problems are deal killers, as we know. Evidence of termites? Why? What are you going to do? I just call Rose Pest Control. That's the easy way. Moisture problems in the basement, obviously. 248-539-9797. Text me if you have any reasons why it would kill a deal. What a home inspector. You have any stories? I'd like to talk about it. Masonry defects. There's all kinds of headaches. We're going to talk more when we come back. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
HighReturn.com.
Welcome back. This is Higher Done. My name's Adam Helfman. These new microphones in the studio here. I'm trying to adjust them. I don't want to yell into them, but hey, you know how that goes. So, you want to save energy. We just talked about how to save energy from our Going Green segment, but the way to do it right, is to really, like I said, the best furnace, the best roof, the best waterproofing. It's all about the guy who's installing it. So in studio with me right now is a good friend of the Higher Done Radio Show, one of the most experienced insulation contractors in Metro Detroit, bar none, legit. His name, Tom Mackey. Dana Insulation is the company. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Adam. How are you today?
I'm kicking butt, brother. How
There
you doing?
you go. That's what we're supposed to do, aren't we, on Saturday morning?
Well, I think, this is how you start the weekend.
That's right.
Everyone's thinking about home improvement on the weekends.
Yeah, it's a busy weekend for me.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. So now that we're past Halloween, the weather's changed. It's cold every morning. Frost had a little bit of snow. People are now putting the heat on. And they're now starting to think, okay, I better figure out a way to save energy. Is this your busy season?
It generally starts the end of August. Yes, to answer your question. It starts the end of August, and it ramps up as the weather changes, as it's getting colder and colder. Our phones are ringing nonstop. We bring on extra staff to answer phones this time of year, and we're busy.
Well, that's, of course, the best way to do it. So let's just get right down to it. Homeowners always say to me, Adam, I got cold air around my windows. I should go buy the hair blower and that plastic wrap and, put it on, blah, 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 and it never looks the way the picture looks. How many people do you encounter call you and say, how do you even do that?
Well, that's a year-round phone call that we get. They want to talk about the leaks and or drafts that they're feeling from their windows, door walls, doors.
Sure.
And it's a tough one because, unfortunately, when the windows or doors or door walls are installed, it's paramount that they use non-expanding foam as opposed to stuffing and randomly stuffing with fiberglass, and that's where all our leaks are coming from.
Exactly. So that's why we need to make sure that people understand how this happens. So if you're listening right now and you want some insulation tips, you have a question about insulation, what the best insulation is, different brands, different kinds, how much does it cost, text us, 97136, or go to Facebook Live. You can watch us in studio. Tom Mackey from Dana Insulation. The website's danafoaminsulation.com. And so my question is, Tom, you say expanding foam insulation. You see these red cans called, great, whatever it is, great escape, I don't know.
Great stuff.
Great stuff. Anyways, people say, I can go grab that and just spray the edges. And you see, I've been in the house where it's bubbling out. You see all that.
Yeah. Well, I kind of equate it to someone who paints for the first time. There's a number of things that they don't know if they paint for the first time. They don't know yield on product. They don't know how thick or how thin to put it on.
Right.
They're not getting the maximum usage out of the can, whether it's paint or whether it's expanding foam. We use, in our applications, a non-expanding foam when we do new construction. It's a little easier to deal with. It's a better product for the...
So if it doesn't expand, is it like superior? I mean, I know there's low expanding and non-expanding, but the stuff you use is specifically made for that application. Am I right?
That is correct.
Okay. So when a homeowner... Let's get down to 101 insulation, okay? Homeowner turns the heat on because they're cold. The heater, the furnace, blows hot air through the ductwork and heats the inside. Science says heat travels towards the cold.
100%.
So the cold is on the outside walls. The cold is outdoors, right? So heat's going to travel out that way. Now, when you have leaks around the windows, when you have a door, an exterior door, and you can look at the edge of the door and you can see light through it, that's where the heat is going to, right?
Oh, that's a real serious problem.
Okay, so when the heat goes out that way, the heat inside the house is traveling out that way, and that means the furnace has to keep working to maintain the temperature that you request. Is that smart?
Well, you can consider your furnace like a cash register. The more it turns on, the more cash is going out of the register.
Cha-ching.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
that's exactly.
So let's use common sense. If you stop the heat from leaving the house by sealing up some of the holes and sealing up around the windows and sealing up around doors, just that areas. If you stop the heat, then the heat stays in the house longer, right?
100%.
So now then the heat stays at the temperature longer because it's not going out. And that results in your furnace working less.
And your cost
Go down.
of gas are reduced.
Right, because you're not using as much gas.
That's correct.
Now take that and go from an 80% furnace to a 95% furnace, which means it uses 95% of the gas instead of 80% of the gas in the cycle. You've now increased your savings even more. Logic?
That's exactly the way it works.
Okay. So saving money is a responsibility, and it's also good for the environment, right?
Well, I mean, as you know, the utility companies in Michigan, throughout the country, to be honest with you, are tasked with the job to have their clients save energy as best they can.
They try to.
Yeah, and they
They
offer
credits.
incentives to, in fact, have their clients do that.
How are the incentives? Still good?
The incentives are marvelous. They really are. Depending upon where you live and who services your gas account, they're better in the consumer's power market than they are, unfortunately, in the DTE. However, in northern Macomb, Semco has a marvelous program as
So
well.
let's use Metro Detroit area. Let's use Southeast Michigan. Homeowner calls you up, and let's just say they're a DTE customer or a consumer, either one, and they say, "I need to insulate my house. I need to reduce my energy costs. What is it going to take, and how much money can I save, or what kind of rebates can I get?" So let's go break it down through data insulation.
Well, the unfortunate thing, or I think the challenging thing about being an insulation contractor in 2019 is that, even though the economy is outstanding and we're getting plenty of inquiry calls, people still, the number one thing, they think the world revolves around what the final cost is. And that isn't the way they should be looking at things. What they should be looking at is A is the problem, B is the solution, C is the result of the two. And if they would begin to do it in that order instead of reverse engineering it and work from the cost back, they'd be in better shape for themselves. Now, insulation, at the end of the day, has a return on investment or an ROI.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Higher Done Radio Network, live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. Great Saturday lined up for you. We were just talking before the break. We were talking about deal killers on buying and selling houses. Typically I'd have a real estate agent in here to talk about it with me, but we're just talking on the home improvement side. And someone texted in. And by the way, if you have a question this morning, 248-539-9797, text me. But at the break, someone texted in, hey, Adam, radon is a deal killer. Could you talk about what levels would need to be addressed? What causes radon? Are they faulty tests? I had a duplex. One side was 4.8 and the other 1.2. How is that? CC. Hey, CC. Okay, so let's talk about radon for a second. Now, when you're selling a home or you're living in a home, every home should be tested for radon. Okay, but what is it? Well, according to the EPA, radon is the leading cause of lung cancer for non-smokers and the second leading cause of lung cancer for the general population. So right there is enough for me to say, we got to get a radon test. So what is the levels? How is it measured and all the science behind it? So here's the thing. Picocuries per liter is what it's measured. Now, I'm not going to get into the science of all these fancy words, but 4 picocuries per liter or higher means you have high radon in your house, okay? Radon levels less than 4 picocuries per liter, or PCIL over L, still pose a risk and in many cases can be reduced. So the goal is to reduce your radon to nothing, right? What are the mitigations and how do you get rid of it? And as opposed to, how does it apply to this duplex? One side had a 1.2 and the other 4.8. Radon comes from the ground. It's decaying radiation. That's a problem, okay? So how does radon enter your home? It's a naturally occurring radioactive gas. It's a gas produced by the breakdown of uranium in the soil. Are you radioactive? Anyways, it's the air pressure inside your home is usually lower pressure in the soil around your home's foundation. Because of that, the difference in pressure, your home acts like a vacuum, and it draws in the gas. Now, there's also radon in well water, if you didn't know that. Another reason why to call Beauchamp Water Treatments, they have all that taken care of on the filter side. But the radon entering through your water is a small risk, okay? It's more than it's the gas. So what are you going to do? Remember, radon causes cancer. You need radon mitigation. But first thing you need to do is get a radon test. Now, they have a radon test that takes 2 days, 3 days, and they have one for 90 days. Clearly, if you're living in the house, you want to make sure that the radon levels are really low. You want the radon level under 2. You want it at 0, but you're never going to get 0 if there's radon in your house. 4 is too high. So you need to make sure that you can get that levels down there, and that's important. I have a great radon testing guy at Higher Done. He's my home inspector, Dan Welch. He's like a rock star. Everyone knows him. But why would you want to hire a qualified contractor for that? Well, you don't want to put your kids at risk. You don't want to put your family at risk or yourself. Be smart. Are there safe radon levels? Well, that's the problem. What is the safe number? Under 5? Under 2? Hiring a pro is the way to go. But anyways, radon's a deal breaker, right? 248-539-9797. You have a question this morning. Love to answer. Here's one. We are looking to buy a home. We noticed houses with 1 bathroom usually are larger and cheaper than a house with 2. Isn't it worth buying 1 bath house and adding a bathroom, or just buying one with 2? Okay, so that's a great question. So the question is, should I buy a house with 1 bathroom or one with 2 bathrooms? Literally, if you buy one with 1 and you want to add, no problem. You're adding value to your house. However, it goes down to location, location, location. I would rather you buy the house in a better location with less bathroom and add the bathroom as opposed to a worse location. And a good real estate agent will always help you out when it comes to that. So first and foremost, I would go with the house in the better location. And then if it doesn't have 2 bathrooms and you need 2, add the bathroom. You're better off because in the best location with 2 bathrooms, then the house is even worth more. And I'm going to be talking about bathroom remodeling as the biggest remodeling project this year. You know, I always focus on bathrooms because it is the most popular. A lot of people are spending money on bathrooms. Why not? Good morning, Adam. Shout out Saturday, CT Concrete Foundations. Cody and Steve in his house. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Brendan here. Love the show. Wet Basement. Basement Waterproofing of Michigan. BWM shout out. Got it, man. We always want to have good fun for you guys. Anyways, so what's on your home improvement list? Let's talk about bathrooms when we come back. Because I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to talk about bathroom remodeling, one of the most popular home improvements in 2020. And I'm going to give you some tips when we come back. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Hi, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. It's really cold outside. You're in the house. You got a little bit of stir crazy going on. Well, I'm going to give you 5 projects that anyone can do this winter. Whether you decide to do it yourself or hire it done, painting your interior walls is a great project to get out of the way in the cold winter months. The ideal temperature for paint to dry is between 50 and 85 degrees. So winter is arguably better to paint in because you don't have to worry about running the air conditioning because you just painted. A change of colors on the walls can also help if you're starting to feel a case of the old cabin fever setting in. There's no time like the winter to get warmer floors. New carpet is an upgrade the whole family can appreciate. But you'll have to be careful because some new carpeting will give off VOCs, or what we call volatile organic compounds. So here's a tip. If you don't want to have to crack your windows open in the cold, ask your carpet installer to air out the carpeting for 3 to 5 days before they install it. Whether it's new grout, an updated sink faucet, or a full bathroom renovation, winter is the right time for working on your bathroom. The bathroom is an enclosed interior space, and you use it every day. That means you're going to appreciate it all year long. There's no time better than the winter for a brand new steam shower or a heated toilet seat. A lot of homeowners love running space heaters in the cold winter months, and I'm one of them. But space heaters utilize a lot of power and are a fire hazard if they're not placed properly or plugged into an outlet that isn't on a designated circuit. And speaking of outlets, winter is a great time to upgrade to built-in plugs with USB ports. Perfect for sitting under blankets and reading or binge watching your favorite shows. Insulation isn't a sexy home improvement, but it can lead to big savings in energy costs and a big improvement in your home's comfort level, especially in the cold winter months. One of the biggest problem areas for insulation is in your attic. Increasing insulation from R19 to R49 saves homeowners $600 a year on average. Another commonly overlooked area for insulation are the basement rim joists. That's the area between your basement wall and the first floor. You could potentially have almost as much heat loss there as in your attic and save almost as much by adding insulation. So we just gave you 5 really cool projects you can do around your house this winter, whether you want to save money or just update the look. This is what we're here to help you with. I want to thank you for watching, and if you want more information like that, just hit the subscribe button down below and you'll be notified when our new videos come out. I'm Adam Helfman from Hire It Done.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. What's on your home improvement list today? Anything good? I can't focus on my show. I can only focus on revenge. It's just how I am. I have friends who understand that, and they know that. Anyways, 248-539-9797. Yeah, that's my number. If you have a question Google can't answer and you want to shout out, if you're a contractor today. So we've been cooped up in our houses a lot this year. Social distancing, stopping the spread, being careful, what's going on here, what's going on there. Very, very, very stressful for people. But it's also a trigger for people saying, you know what? I want to renovate my house. So if you have a question this morning that Google can't answer and you have a question for me, or you're a contractor listening and you want to shout out, today's shout out Saturday, 248-539-9797. Cost to replace roofs. Do you have to do a tear off now, or can we still layer over an existing roof? What should we look for in an estimate? Thanks. That's a really good question. So getting a new roof is not an easy project. It's not sexy, but it's something that you need. Most people I tell don't get a roof until it leaks. Some people say, oh, my roof's 30 years old. I think it's time for a new one. Well, that's great. But if it's not broken, it's not leaking, don't replace it. That's just my advice. Now, if you want to update the look of your house, you got a 3-tab shingle and you want to deal with a dimensional or something, and you can always replace the roof. But right now, it's the time to be smart with your money and replace the roof when it leaks. But what about when the roof is already on there? You got one layer and you want to go second layer. Do you tear it off or do you put it over it? Depends on your roof. It depends on the pitch, but it's still an accepted practice to shingle over an existing layer. Now, do I recommend it? No. I would rather you buy a roof from a certified roofer that's certified by a manufacturer. And the reason why I say that is because they've trained on the shingle, and there's more to a roof than just a shingle. There's the underlayment. There's the ice and water shield. There's the ventilation. There's the roof cans. There's all kinds of components that all interact with each other, including insulation in your attic, that affords you to have a roof that lasts 30, 40, 50 years. Hire It Done contractors are mandatory 50-year contractors. That means when they give you a roof, they have to offer you a 50-year roof. You can buy a less of a roof if you want, no problem. But why not get the 50-year roof? Does it cost more? Yeah. But it's actually a really good warranty. Now, a lot of companies say, it's not worth the paper it's written on. It's more important to do... It's more important to hire a contractor based on the contractor as opposed to the product. Yes, the best contractors use Owens Corning, GAF, IKO, Atlas, Malarkey. There's a lot of brands out there, CertainTeed, right? And, there's a whole list of contractors that are really good roofers. You see their names all the time. But is it better to buy an Owens Corning roof from a guy you've never heard of? Or is it better to buy an Owens Corning roof from like a Tittle Brothers? Or CertainTeed from Kanga? Or Peaks? You see what I'm saying? That's the deal. It's more important. This is my opinion as a pro. It's more important to buy a roof from a guy who's a roofer and he's in business for a while. Because if he puts a bad shingle on your house, he'll come back and fix it. He'll work with you to get a new shingle done right. And if he's putting on a great shingle, let's just say the Owens Corning, and there's a problem, guess what? His relationship with Owens Corning is going to allow him to repair it done properly. Remember, friends, the best roof is the one that's installed properly. Carpet guys do amazing work. Carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl. They bring samples to you in your home. Shout out to the Carpet Guys, 844 for my guys. Right? I don't even know. I think that's the number. Joey Zago, I know him. He's a good guy. Hi. So, what were the most popular home improvements in 2020? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. You hear me talk about it every week. Toilets. Kidding. It's bathrooms. And yeah, people are like, hey, Adam, you talk too much about toilets. I can't help myself. I'm a toilet kind of guy. You could be a carpet guy. I'm a toilet guy. Anyways, let's talk about bathrooms, though. Being cooped up in the house for 24 hours, 7 days a week made a lot of people turn a critical eye to their homes. Just look at we got stuck at home in March, April, May, right? All of a sudden, no one spent any money on anything. Then the next thing you know, kaboom. They're not going on vacations. They're not doing this. They're spending it on their house. And now there's a rush to get good contractors. My contractors are all busy. So what's the deal? There's all kinds of stuff going on, right? The average American spent $15,000 on home projects this year. That's almost 50% more than they did in 2019. Where did that come from? Well, if you take 3 months of sitting on your butt, staring at your roof, staring at your bathroom, staring at your kitchen, staring at things, watching HGTV, getting addicted to a remodeling show in 28 minutes that doesn't really focus on reality, you got a problem there, Houston. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? You want a shout out? You can also watch us on Facebook Live. We're Facebook Live this morning. Shout out to Shane Wilkes. He's listening. So we're talking about bathroom remodeling, right? 2/3 of the $13,000 spent on home remodeling last year per house went to the maintenance or emergency repairs, right? But of that, 30% was bathroom renovations, bathroom upgrades. Putting a new bathroom in your house is a great project. Okay? Think about it. What's the cost to upgrade your bathroom? Well, it always depends, but stay-at-home social distancing guidelines meant to control the coronavirus. How about people who got the coronavirus and didn't leave their house? How did that happen? Did it come through the water? From the air? I have this UV light that goes in your ductwork that kills coronavirus. In case anyone wants it, I got guys who do it. And boy, oh boy, it works. So good. Anyways, what do you think an average bathroom costs? It used to be $7,500. The average bathroom today is $9,000. Okay? That's a low price in my opinion. I say the average bathroom is $15,000. We're talking about a 3-piece bath, a tub, vanity, toilet, right? Gutting it to the studs and then rebuilding it. That's $15,000. Now, according to the cost versus value report from Remodeling Magazine, they say the average bathroom remodel is $21,000. Upscale, here's one. This one's like a whoa. An upscale bathroom renovation, $67,000. That must have my toilet in it. Think about that. $67,000 for a bathroom remodel. Heated floors, heated seats, heated toilet, shower head out of the ceiling, one out of the center, one out of the floor, bidets everywhere, granite, marble, sinks everywhere, lots of water pressure. Crazy, right? Well, those cost money. Getting a renovated bathroom is not easy. That's why you got to call a pro. Anyways, you have a question Google can't answer? Text me, 248-539-9797. We got a few in the pipeline. Adam, doing a large addition. Can you have Sarah Sells consistently? Yeah, of course we're going to. Anyways, we're going to answer those questions when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this do-it-yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video.
Hi, my name's Jeff Schleining. I'm with EverDry Waterproofing. And what we're here to do today is to take a look at a basement and help you understand some of the things that you can look for in your own home to tell if you maybe have a moisture basement problem. One of the things that we do look for are cracks in the foundation. As you can see, this is a poured wall foundation. And what we have here is a vertical crack that goes from the top of the wall all the way down to the floor. What we like to do is look for what we call the signs of moisture. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see stains coming out of the crack that indicate that there's been water leaking from this crack. Now, some people think cracking is normal. You know, a foundation person pretty much thinks there's nothing normal about it. Okay, like for instance, you can just, I shouldn't be able to stick something into a crack and have it stay there. That's not good. Okay, now, is this house falling down? Absolutely not. Okay, you know, a lot of different things cause cracks like this. Could be construction, it could be pressure from the outside, pushing on the wall. There's a lot of different causes. But what we do know is once that you have a crack in the wall, they can continue to get larger, water can come in, you can get bugs through them, and more importantly than that, you know, that's where the moisture starts to come in that can lead to things like mold, mildew, dry rot, rust, and things along those lines. What I have here is just a standard moisture meter. What it does for us is helps us find areas of excessive moisture. Okay, so if I stick this to the wall, of course we're going to find moisture. That's not a problem. Okay, it's just when it's really excessive. All right, so right here, it's reading between 50 and 70% moisture. As I get higher on the wall, it's much lower. But once I get below the soil or ground level where there's earth pressing on the wall, it starts to pick up moisture levels. We can also use a tool like this on the floor, and it has different modes, and we can test wood for moisture as well. Well, the 50% that I did pick up, you know, is not alarming to me. However, I'm looking for more of the excessive levels, the 90s, 100%, that tells us there's a lot of moisture in the wall. And the reason that's a concern is when wintertime comes and there's moisture in the wall, obviously that moisture or water will freeze.
Welcome back to Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman, live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. Don't forget, I have a podcast called Contractor Therapy, and it's at radio.com or anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. It's me unleashed. It's really, really entertaining. I'm sure you'll like it. 248-539-9797. Shout out Saturday. If you have a contractor that is listening to the show, give it a shout out. If you're a homeowner who has a question that Google can't answer, hey man, I'm here to answer it for you. And we're also going to be talking about a nifty trick that will humidify your home without a humidifier. But first, I'm going to go to the callers. Texting, hey, Adam, I'm doing a large addition on my house. I can't afford it now due to the high lumber prices. Do you expect them to come down? And if yes, when? Stu from Allen Park. Hey, Stu, that's a tough question. Here's the thing. Do I expect them to come crashing down? The prices? No. What are you going to do to pay for that. Yes, lumber prices are up 50% or more right now. Crazy. Why? Because of distribution. Because you can't get the drivers to deliver because they're all staying home because of COVID. It's a lot. It's a domino effect. And it's been difficult. So what do? I think you suck it up. I think you put it into your financing. Do it. Unless the market crashes, right? And something happens, which I don't think is going to happen. I think prices are going to get higher. I think inflation is going to hit us. So I would say lock it in or try and negotiate or do a better job of purchasing. But yeah, lumber prices are deal killers right now. It's another deal killer. A shout out to Sal with Luigi Cement, commercial concrete. Hey, Sal. So look, humidity is a problem this time of year, right? It's dry. You wake up, nose is all stuffy, sore throat, maybe a bloody nose once in a while. Well, that's because of lack of humidity. Too much humidity in your house has water on your windows, right? So what do? Well, air gets super dry during those cold winter months, which is right now, and dry air affects your skin, eyes, throat, lips, hair, seasonal allergies, static electricity, get shocked out all over the place. So we're going to talk about humidifiers. How to humidify your house without having a humidifier in your furnace. Now, I always say if you don't have a humidifier in your furnace, get a furnace company to do it. Put one in. But if you do, okay, what are we going to do? Well, get a slow cooker. That's right. Did you really think a slow cooker? Yeah, a slow cooker will add humidity to your house. What are you going to do? So here's the thing. It's true. A slow cooker can actually serve as a humidifier in your home. It's extremely easy to do. So if you have a slow cooker and you're looking for some fresh air in your home this winter, here's what you got to do. First of all, take your slow cooker, put it in a spot that you know it's going to have air movement. So maybe a bedroom, a living room, a family room, wherever you spend a lot of time. Okay? Put the crock pot in your living room, plug it in, fill it up with water, cover it with the lid, and put it on high. Once you get it on high, you see steam starts to roll off the lid, set it to low, okay? You'll know when it's ready. It's all dripping water off the sides, okay? And then let the moisture from the water start to dissipate into the air, okay? Now remember, you got to take the lid off. Put the lid down next to it. Now, as the water starts to steam out and evaporate, you're adding moisture to the room. But you got to add water as it gets lower. So clearly, when you add cold water, it's got to heat up again. So you might want to put hot water in it, but you can always just keep it on low. And if it's not hot enough, you can always put the lid back on. Now, here's a little hack. This is something that I want to tell you that this is the Adam Helfman hack. What if you added essential oils to your crock pot? I'm not telling you to drink the water, but add some essential oils. Maybe some eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus. Cleans out everything. But it does add a nice touch. It's cleaning up your sinuses. Lavender, maybe a nice smell. Lavender's a good one. So anyways, that's what I wanted to tell you. 248-539-9797. We were just talking about humidity. You got a question Google can't answer? Text me. You want to watch some Facebook Live, you can. We're having a good Saturday morning. So what are some of the things you need to do? Here's chores you can do around your house. Okay? You got to do these at least once a year. Don't have to do them now, but it's also put them put them top of mind. I want you to think about it, okay? So this is what I want you to do. I'm getting tangled here with my earpieces. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Couple chores that you need to do. Once a year, that's all, okay? Yeah, and after the steaming for moisture in your house, you can make crab legs. Just ask Tony Lupo. So, home cleaning and maintenance routine, it's a weekly thing, right? But there's some things that don't require close attention all the time. So these are things that you got to do at least once a year. And I just wanted to make it easy. Okay, so what's one of the things? Clean your furniture. Now, I'm not talking about just vacuuming the pillows. I'm talking about wiping the legs, pulling it off the doing a nice cleaning. It's not a bad idea. And then why not have a pro come out and clean it? By the way, I need a good carpet cleaner for my house. I want to try a new guy. Anyone have any good carpet cleaning people? If you do, 248-539-9797. Text me the name of a good carpet cleaner. I know good ones, but I want to try a new guy. I need some carpet done, and I need a couple pillows from a couch cleaned. Good morning, Adam. Any advice on how to prevent the schmutz buildup on humidifiers, houses and wells, and softeners specifically? Yeah, that's a great question. So the schmutz is really calcium. It's calcification. You get a product called CLR. Go to Ace Hardware. CLR, calcium lime rust. CLR. That's all you need. That, my friends, not only will clean your Keurig, but it'll also clean all that rust and water softener stains. Nothing better. Trust me when I tell you. CLR. Thanks for that question. Again, 248-539-9797. Shout out Saturday. So clean your furniture at least once a year. Organize your storage areas, right? If you haven't touched stuff for years, throw it out. Think about that. Throw it out. Right. Adam's like, oh my God, don't be throwing it out. No, I'm telling you, if it's building up, I just went through this process. I had Tracy come to my house, and she helped me clean up stuff. And boy, oh boy, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I've had this for years. I've never looked at it, touched it, done anything with it. She's like, do me a favor, throw it out. Boy, did I throw out stuff. I got nervous. I was almost like, I might be like a borderline hoarder a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I need some help, therapy. I probably do. How about your window treatments? Once a year, vacuum and wash your window treatments. Take a vacuum cleaner, get the attachment from your handheld, and suck all the blinds and drapes of all the dust, odors, pet hair, all the schmutz and skuts. That's right, schmutz and skuts. That one caller knew. Here's one. Pantry, cupboards, and drawers. Organize them. How many knives? You know what I found the other day? I was actually doing this. I found a Ginsu knife. You know the Ginsu knife? Does anyone remember the Ginsu knife? Remember the commercial where the hand can be used as a knife? The karate chop, the guy chopped like a tomato, or he chopped a can. The Ginsu knife. Cut it with a can. I used to love the Ginsu knife. I have one. I wonder if they're worth anything. Meanwhile, get rid of your cupboards, pantry, and drawers. How many plates and copper pans and late night TV stuff that you have to buy all the time? I've got them all. I'm a sucker for TV purchases, as seen on TV. I have every bacon maker you can think of. 248-539-9797. We're talking about 10 things you got to do around your house at least once a year. Organize your storage areas, clean your furniture, wash your window treatments, organize your pantry, cupboards, and drawers. Literally throw away stuff. Throw away the cupboard stuff. Throw it out. Now, here's one. Clean behind appliances. I used to have a contractor. His name was Clean Behind. Great guy. It was Clean Behind. What he did, he'd come to your house and clean behind the appliances. He charged like $50. He'd pull your refrigerator out of the opening and clean it behind it. He'd suck it all out. I'm like, what a great idea. You could do it, my friends, yourself, and boy, oh boy, will you have a good one. Check the chimney, fireplace vents. That's a big one. I got a couple more when we come back, so we're going to take a quick break. 248-539-9797. My name's Adam Helfman. You got a question, Google can answer, text me. We'll be right back.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can. Rocket.
Are you planning on moving soon? It's easy to overpay for a professional mover. Men on the Move is a company that I trust. Men on the Move has a no move time minimum, so you're only paying for the time that the movers are actually moving your stuff. If you need a mover now, fill out the form below for the 3-man special, $50 in free boxes or $25 off the travel fee. Men on the Move is a company that I trust, and so should you. For more information, visit hireitdone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. 10 things you were supposed to do once a year. By the way, you got a question Google can't answer, home improvement, text me 248-539-9797. You have any questions or your contractor you want to shout out? Today's shout out Saturday. Always want to help you. So we were talking about things you should do at least once a year, and we talked about cleaning your furniture, organizing a storage area, washing your window treatments, organizing a pantry, cupboards, or drawers, clean behind your appliances, check your chimney, fireplace, and vents. In fact, someone texted in this morning about that. Let's see what he says. Let's talk. Okay, shout out to JB Erosion Silt Fence, straw blanket needs. Yeah, JB in the house. My cement porch steps grow algae, black mold on the rise, the vertical portion. Where can I put in the cement to stop the growth mold without deteriorating? Cement bleach doesn't work. Try a product called Concrobium. That might work. Here's one. The damper in my chimney won't fully close, causing a cold draft. It looks like there may be a piece of metal stopping it from closing all the way. It should be able to fully close. The house is from the early 60s. Ben. Oh, yeah. So, Ben, if it's not closing and there's a problem with it, Dr. Sweep is the name of the company that fixes those. However, you can buy a what we call a chimney pillow. It's a little inflatable pillow that you put up there, and you inflate it, and it blocks the opening. Clearly, it's only to stop air movement out of the chimney. Do not have a fire in your house with that, because that's not what you want. That'll kill you. 248-539-9797. Got a question. John's Lumber texted in regarding the question about lumber prices. Lumber remains firm to high. Dimensional lumber, that's 2x4s and 2x6, etc., is down approximately 12 to 15% from its summer high. OSB sheathing remains high and is pushing $22 a sheet. Unless you can hold off your project till spring, you're not going to save any significant monies in the near term. That's perfect. See, for the caller earlier who's looking to do renovation, go to John's Lumber. They're going to give you an honest, straight-up answer. They're going to tell you the right way, what you're going to do, what you need, help you out with that. Rock it out. High five to John's Lumber. Sunglow Carpet Cleaning, Stanley Steamer. Yeah, I need a carpet cleaner. Maybe I should call one of them. Anyways, 248-539-9797. Great show. We're doing this today. What do you recommend for deep cleaning tile and grout? Yeah, that's a great one. I have a grout cleaner, grout doctor, who does it, but they use like a muriatic acid. They use some sort of acid on it to clean it. Because, again, it depends on how much buildup of schmutz you got. So what else are the 10 items you got to do once a year around your house? I said check your chimney. Wipe down your walls, baseboards, and trim. Yeah, go wipe the trim basin casing around all your doors. My cat rubs his face on the corner of my doors all the time. Of course, my cleaning lady cleans everything. But it's a good thing to do once a year. How about cleaning your gutters? Yeah, I talked about it earlier today. Of course you got to clean your gutters. Clean your carpets and rug? Yeah, for sure, professional. How about light fixtures? Wipe down your light fixtures. Yes. Light fixtures are a big thing. You get dust and buildup. All kinds of things you need to get done. So that's a good one, my friends. So anyways, that's how we're at. That's where we're at and how that works. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer, you can always ask us. When you're a contractor, you want to shout out. Good morning to Paul Mannion from Marvin Windows. In fact, Paul, we got to get together. I need some Marvin Infinity windows for a project. Looking for ideas to cover columns in the basement. Need to stand up to kids playing around them. Yeah, so the posts, basically, is what you're looking at for the beams. Well, they make gym equipment that goes around there that are padded. Definitely your kids can bounce off of that. Or you can just frame them up. They make column covers, and then you can put it around there as well, some cushions. Not a hard thing to do, but it's not easy either, right? 248-539-9797. You got a question again. We were talking about home improvement. So do you have a list? It's Christmas time. Are you going to buy yourself a home improvement gift? Buy your house a gift for the holidays? What are you planning on doing, my friends? What do you want to do at your house? What's a great winter project? Basement remodeling? Huge. Kitchen? Huge. Bathrooms? Huge. Exterior projects? Not so much, right? But it's getting cold. You got to watch out. If you're going to be working on the exterior house, make sure you do it properly. When it's 40 degrees out, you can still work. It's just doing it properly. That's all. Contractors are busy. You're busy. So what are you going to do? How about this? Is it time? This is a good point. Is it time to sell your house? Would you list your house in the wintertime? Typically in the past, homeowners would not list their house in the wintertime. Most homeowners list their house in the spring. Oh, yeah, kids are, spring. We'll sell it this summer, get a new house before you go back to school. Now it's 365 days a year. Okay? Think about that. What do? You can list your house anytime. The key to selling your home, my friends, and this is where Sarah Sells comes in, maybe Joe Haberman. The key is finding the right real estate agent. There's pros and cons in finding a real estate agent. Most of them are good. You don't want a part-timer, okay? Think about that. You don't want a part-timer. You want someone who's a full-time real estate agent who says to you, look, here's what I'm going to do for you. People don't just want to list their house for no reason. Do you recommend covering an AC unit in the winter? If you have a cover, yes, I recommend it. Here's why. If water gets in there, freezes, it expands. When it expands, it moves little parts. You want to be careful. If you cover it, you're not going to get water in there. If you don't have a cover, it's not the end of the world. But you could take a garbage bag and you could cover your, get a bungee cord in a garbage bag, a hefty, a big one, and stick it over your air conditioner. But don't turn the air on, because the minute it turns on with that bag over, you got a problem, Houston. Here's a tip from someone. Dump a couple of buckets of water in your sump pump to make sure it's working for those lucky folks with otherwise dry basements. You know what? Thank you for that. That's a really good tip. Because what if you fill up your sump pump and the pump doesn't go on? That's a big major headache. Nobody wants a flooded basement. Shout out to Harry Longton, Longton Construction. Hi, Harry. I remember you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're busy. Looking for quality-looking countertops on a budget. Any suggestions? Yes, I've got great suggestions. One of them is go to Hard Rock Stoneworks. Go to R&R. I got all kinds of granite guys. The reason why I say it is because you can buy a remnant. Right now, you can go get a remnant at Hard Rock. And boom, you save 50%. Everyone knows houses with granite tops sell quicker. So it is what it is. My whole point to you, my friends, is finding a good contractor is not easy. Planning it out. Plan your remodeling project. Most homeowners spend more time planning a Disney vacation than they do a home improvement project. Finding good contractors is not easy. And right now it's December 5th, my parents' anniversary. It's important that you understand that if you want to get a kitchen done, if you want a bathroom done, you want your basement remodeling done, you better get the contractor out now. Great time to sell. Frank, broker from Realty Executives. Good morning, Frank. It's a great time to sell. It's a seller's market. If you have a home and you want to sell it, boy, oh boy, you're going to win. You can always get a lot of money for a house. So what else? Get the contractor out to your house now. I'm telling you right now, I talked to Matt from MCCS. He's like, yeah, Adam, we got some slots available in the spring, but you better act quick. What about kitchens and baths? What about the big addition? Do you call an architect or you call a design build contractor? My opinion is architects are great when it comes to bigger projects, but you got to find the right guy, because architects struggle on the budget side. They'll design anything you want, but they don't collect budget parameters. It's a problem. So getting contractors to show up, never easy. People are frustrated. Even I'm frustrated because my guys are busy. They're like, Adam, I don't want any more work. I'm like, what do you mean? I got Mrs. Jones. They need a bathroom. They need it now. We got you covered. Anyways, what do you got to do? Michigan, BWM Basement Waterproofing in Michigan does sump pump maintenance for $99. That's a good one. It's like changing the oil in your car. I love that. Good job, brother. Anyways, go green, go white, right? So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Hire It Done's on fire. Shout out to my dad. He's in the hospital with COVID. Hope he gets better. He's in Florida. Otherwise, he'd be out there. I could use everyone's thoughts and prayers for that. Plus, it's their anniversary today. So, anyways, I'll see you next week, my friends. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network.